Hello everyone, thank you for joining me this evening. I was not expecting to go live, so I apologize for not having a thumbnail on the stream or a description, but right now we are live because we do have two tornado warnings in Nebraska. Let's switch the right side over to velocity. So between Sutherland and Hershey, which is west of North Platte, Nebraska, it looks like we do have some pretty strong rotation, I would say. Um, which is just about to cross over Interstate 80. So, yeah, this is in the. Where is this? Okay, this is in the central time zone because I've been here before, and right between Ogallala and Sutherland, the time switches. So, that is in central time. So, we also have an observed tornado. A confirmed tornado was located 7 miles north of Wellfleet, or 18 miles northwest of Curtis, moving north at 20 miles per hour. So this storm is moving straight towards North Platte. This is a confirmed tornado right here south of North Platte, and then to the west near Sutherland and Hershey, we have a confirmed land spout located near Hershey. So this one is moving north at 10 miles per hour. So if we calculate how quickly this storm is moving, we'll do 18 because I think it's a little bit slower. North Platte in 55 minutes, but again, that could be a little bit sooner. It does start to move quicker. Let's try 20. And those are just estimates, not always the most exact, but good to take a look at. So let me get a message typed up for the stream chat. Again, we were not prepared for this live stream, but the tornado warnings were issued, so I wanted to be able to go live. Probably won't be a very long stream. Alright, there we go. Oops. Okay, we got a new scan coming in. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. Alright, there we go. So, on this new scan, I can't really see much in terms of velocities on the storm south of North Platte, but definitely you can see the rotation there near the Sutherland Reservoir. There's that new scan. So this rotation is continuing to strengthen, it appears. Also want to mention that we have this line of storms with big hail and damaging winds moving through eastern Colorado and northeastern Colorado. So currently we have, this is near Ray, Colorado, 73 dBz hail, so that is pretty large hail. This is one for half dollar size, but it wouldn't be surprised to see that go up to ping pong ball size or golf ball size, so be sure you are seeking shelter on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows, because that hail will destroy windows. But our main hazard right now is, I would say, do not be driving on Interstate 80 between Paxton, Nebraska, and North Platte. So if you're in Maxwell or Ogallala, turn around, go the other way, or wait, because we have two separate areas of circulation moving through here as we speak. We try not to mention this too often, but we do have a PayPal. If you're interested in donating, it helps with radar subscription costs and more. So that is in the pinned message, and you will be put on this stream's dono board, which is in the top left. Subscribing helps out just as much, but in a different way. And even just being here, I really appreciate it. So my main concern right now would be the Sutherland storm. Even though this one is a confirmed tornado by weather spotters, this one looks much more concerning. That was a bad circle, but this one looks much more concerning on velocity. If you do have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the live chat, and I will answer as best as I can. So once again, if you are just tuning in, we have a tornado warning for Sutherland and Hershey, Nebraska, and another one just south of North Platte near Wellfleet. So seek shelter now on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows, in a hallway or room like a closet, away from the outside world, to protect yourself from flying debris. We do also have a severe thunderstorm warning near Taylor and Burwell, Nebraska for half-dollar-sized hail and winds in excess of 50 miles an hour. So between Taylor and Burwell, please seek shelter away from windows to avoid that damage from hail, because that can destroy windows and it may injure you. That is a little bit too big. I feel like the PayPal shouldn't be bigger than the welcome message, but we should be able to read them both. But if you are just joining us, we have a tornado warning for Sutherland and Hershey, Nebraska. This is a confirmed land spout, confirmed by weather spotters, which, based off the velocity, is just passing the Sutherland Reservoir and about to cross over Interstate 80. So please pull off and do not drive through that storm. There is also a tornado warning, which has apparently a confirmed tornado on the ground south of North Platte. That one has been dropped to radar indicated, which is what I was expecting, because you couldn't even really tell that there was much rotation at all, just based off the velocity. So that is still a radar indicated tornado warning south of North Platte, so please do be in your safe spot. Still, that is moving north towards North Platte. It should be there in the next 45 minutes to an hour. I believe we are the only one live for this right now. But it's not about that. So once again, a observed landspout tornado on the ground near Sutherland, just now approaching Hershey, Nebraska, crossing Interstate 80. So please do not drive on Interstate 80 right now between Paxton and North Platte. Looks like there are photos coming out now. I think a chaser has it on Max's feed. So I'm going to try to get a look at this to show you all if I can. Alright, wow, that looks like a pretty big landspout. Okay, so this tornado warning is still observed, now with quarter-sized hail. Do you know if, welcome in, Misty, thank you for tuning into the stream. Do you know if the one south of North Platte ever touched down? Because I believe I'm seeing images of the one over here near Interstate 80. So, once again, do not drive on Interstate 80 between Paxton and North Platte. Currently have a tornado warning for Sutherland and Hershey for a confirmed landspout. And this one south of North Platte just went radar indicated, but be sure to remain in your safe place or be ready to go back there if it is necessary. We also, this is some pretty large hail. This is near Ray, Colorado, and that is moving east, maybe northeast just a little bit. So be sure to get away from windows and be in your safe spot. You think one touchdown twice briefly? Alright, thank you for letting me know. I think it was that northern one up here. So right now that rotation is just about to move through Sutherland, Nebraska, which I believe is a relatively small town. I've driven through there before, but I don't remember much about it. Let's look up the population. 1,233. So, not too many people, but be sure that you do remain in your safe spot nonetheless. And we still do need to take this seriously. The northern one was definitely stronger. It certainly was. And you could see it with velocity too. You could barely see anything on this one, on the southern one over here. But then with the northern one, you've got all of this rotation with the red and the green coming together. So once again, if you are just tuning in, we are live with some severe weather coverage. We have a confirmed landspout tornado on the ground near Sutherland, Nebraska, along with radar-indicated rotation south of North Platte. So be sure you are ready to get into your safe place. If you are enjoying the stream, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. And donations are completely optional, but greatly appreciated. You think Friday and Tuesday could be bad too? Friday is not looking good right now. I think even Thursday. I mean, here is Friday right now. So an enhanced risk of severe weather for portions of northern Indiana, western Michigan, northeast Illinois, and much of Wisconsin. Today they did add that 10% hatch tornado risk that is extending from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all the way up to just to the northeast of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And then, obviously, on day 3, we cannot see our tornado risk yet, but I could imagine a 10% hatch somewhere in that area. We're not going to speculate whether it will be upgraded to moderate or not, because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But for anybody wondering about today's severe weather risk, currently, so first of all, you could see the severe thunderstorm watch is shaded in the pink or red, whatever you want to call it. And then that, actually, there is only a severe thunderstorm watch today. And then we have a 5% tornado risk that includes portions of central and southern Nebraska, along with northern Nebraska, near Ainsworth and Butte. A 15% wind risk is in effect from western Nebraska through portions of southern Minnesota and southern South Dakota. But our main risk today that we are looking out for is a 15% hatched hail risk that extends from north of Oberlin, Kansas, all the way through near Bassett, Nebraska. Or Bassett, hopefully I'm saying that right. The storms look like they are struggling to become a line of storms. If you're talking about the ones in Nebraska, they are, but in Colorado now, it's kind of just, I mean, they're trying to turn into a line, but not really. So I see what you're saying. They're kind of just scattered all over. Got a couple showers over here, a couple up here. But all of these thunder showers over here near Greeley and Loveland, Colorado, really came together into one big blob of storms. And they've been seeing rain all day. You can see it hasn't really stopped for them up there. There's our outflow boundary, and you could see there's a severe thunderstorm watch in the marginal risk. Yeah, and that happens sometimes. But I think today it was necessary just for that large hail. But you could see how when this storm north of Lyman, Colorado, around 5:30 p.m., you could see when it hit the boundary, got a lot stronger just within a couple scans. So if you are just tuning in, we are live covering a tornado warning, actually 2 in the North Platte, Nebraska area. I would appreciate it if you could like the stream, but that is completely optional, and donations are optional but greatly appreciated. The PayPal is in the pinned message, and you will be put on the dono board for this stream, which is in the top left of your screen. Nobody up there quite yet. So this rotation, I don't think this landspout is still on the ground, but we'll treat it like it is because it is still an observed tornado warning. So seek shelter if you are near Sutherland Reservoir, east of Paxton, Nebraska, or near Hershey. Southern storm is weakening. Yeah, it really is. Looks like really at one point it just had some small hail. I don't think we saw a landspat touchdown with that, but I could be wrong. They probably will not reissue this tornado warning further upstream. But this one, on the other hand, they are going to, and they just did, in fact. So, still an observed tornado warning. This is for areas north of Sutherland and Hershey, Nebraska, for another 35 minutes until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So if we read this at 7:24 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a confirmed tornado was located 3 miles west of Hershey, or 14 miles west of North Platte, moving north at 10 miles per hour, damaging tornado and quarter-size hail. So this is now a confirmed tornado rather than a confirmed landspout. So maybe it condensed, but once again, please seek shelter now if you are in Sutherland or Hershey, Nebraska, all the way up to south of Tryon. Not sure how to say that. Going to check to see if we've got any updates over here in terms of images of the tornado. So I'm looking at that on my phone really quickly. Okay, I don't see anything new over here. It's going to be 93 degrees there tomorrow. Stay cool because that heat, I mean, even when it's been in the 80s here, that's pretty hot for me, so stay cool and yeah. And make sure if you do go outside that you wear sunscreen because obviously the UV index does have to be pretty high if you're experiencing heat like that. And heat doesn't cause the UV index, but if the sun's shining that much, then I don't know. If the sun is shining that much, then it's probably going to be high UV. I think the heat wave is moving eastward because it's gotten a little bit cooler here. I think the main concerns at this point are obviously our tornado near Sutherland, Nebraska, but then also this monster hill producer north of Ray, Colorado. Very infamous town for that tornado in 2015, maybe 2016, but 73 dBz hail. So if you're north of Robb, Eckley, or Ray, Colorado, near Route 385, please seek shelter away from windows because that is large hail that could injure you or it could damage your property, damage windows. So if you are just tuning in, we are live doing severe weather coverage. Feel free to like the stream and talk in the stream chat. And donations are optional, but greatly appreciated. The PayPal's in the pin message. But more importantly, we have a observed tornado on the ground near Sutherland, Nebraska. So if you are on Interstate 80 between east of Paxton and near North Platte, Nebraska, pull off and just don't be in this whole area where that polygon is. So I'd recommend stopping in North Platte or Paxton. Do not drive into this area until that storm passes further north of the interstate. Thankfully, it looks like that tornado was not very rain wrapped, or I guess at that point it was a landspout. It doesn't look very rain wrapped at all, so hopefully people should be able to see it, and it is relatively weak. But we still need to take this seriously. So, once again, please seek shelter in Hershey or Sutherland, Nebraska, between Paxton and North Platte. A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for portions of northeastern Colorado for another 3 hours and 31 minutes until 10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, along with a severe thunderstorm watch which extends into southern South Dakota through central Nebraska. That is also in effect, that one until 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Okay, so now our tornado warning south of North Platte, along with the initial one for this tornado, have been dropped. So once again, if you are just joining us, a confirmed tornado is on the ground near Sutherland, Nebraska, so you need to be on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, in a hallway or room or a closet, away from windows to be able to protect yourself from flying debris, and just be as far away as you possibly can from the outside world. Unfortunately, we will not be able to be live for that much longer, but I just wanted to come on here and provide a quick update. But yeah, once again, stay cool, Misty, because that's pretty hot. Hopefully you can stay inside or get to a pool or something to cool off. Strep throat is not fun, so I hope you do feel better if you do have it. And regardless, just hope you feel better soon, because being sick is the absolute worst. So once this storm does start to die out, that will probably have to be the end of our coverage, unfortunately. But it's moving really slow. You can see over the past 7 scans how it's just taking its sweet time to move through Sutherland and Interstate 80. I don't know if I've ever had strep throat, maybe only once or twice. So I consider myself really lucky, but I don't want to jinx it, so I'm going to stop talking. And for those of you wondering if we will be live for coverage tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure if I will be able to, so don't count on it. I wasn't planning to today either, but I just had some time, so I figured why not, and I saw those tornado warnings. So don't expect to live stream tomorrow, but there is a chance. And then on Friday, I hope to be able to go live, mainly later in the evening around dinner time. So that is what we are looking at in terms of future live streams. I don't think that CC doesn't really line up that much with the velocity, and it's kind of all over the place. But why not take a look? Yeah, I don't think it is. Tomorrow could go big or it goes small, and the cap holds. I hope the cap holds, obviously, because we don't want tornadoes or anything. But if it does break, I hope to be able to go live. So tomorrow's one of those big or bust kind of days. Like we saw in a very similar area to here, actually. I guess it was a bit further north, but the Hyannis, Nebraska tornado. I guess it's closer to Ashby, though. On April 27th, that was a very large tornado, over a mile wide, which I would consider a mega wedge. If you are enjoying the stream, please consider subscribing to the channel. It shows the YouTube algorithm that you are enjoying my content, and it helps out more than you think, and means a lot to me. So I would appreciate it. If you have any questions for your area, feel free to let me know in the live chat. But right now, we mainly are just watching this rotation near Sutherland and Hershey, Nebraska, with a confirmed tornado on the ground, according to weather spotters. So once again, seek shelter now if you are on the Sutherland Reservoir in Sutherland, Cocker, O'Fallons, or Hershey, Nebraska. Now we have a 70-mile-per-hour considerable damage tag wind threat near Ray, Colorado. So 70-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. So be sure you are seeking shelter away from windows on the lowest floor of a sturdy building in Ray, Colorado, Vernon, Colorado, Eckley, Yuma, or even in, I believe it's Hagler, Kansas, just across the border. We do have a special marine warning off of Virginia Beach, Virginia. So severe thunderstorms were capable of producing waterspouts, so be sure you are making it to safe harbor. Let me take a look at stream chat. Will I get anything on Tuesday or Wednesday next week? They said they're probably going to put out a May 20 slight risk for Missouri. We can take a look at that. I don't want to pull up models just because of how far out that is. I cannot talk today, apparently. So right now there is no risk in effect for Missouri for next week. What's up, Sam? Welcome into the stream. Yeah, is it still a landspout, or do you know if it condenses into an actual tornado? Let me pull up Storm Runner Media. I know it was a landspout earlier. I saw it on Max's stream. Or whoever was live. Yeah, it wasn't Max. He's been taking a break. Okay, it is still a landspout. And it looks like it is wrapping up. So hopefully that will be done soon. But it is still on the ground. So continue to seek shelter if you are in Sutherland, Nebraska. Thankfully, it is pretty visible and non-rain wrapped. I've actually been through here before, and it's pretty ideal chasing terrain. Max has been on a long break of no storms. Landspouts typically don't last longer than 5 minutes, correct? So that is pretty crazy for how long it lasted. I don't even know what to say. I'm so tired from today, but I figured I had to go live just in case something did happen. We also have some pretty large hail between Sutherland and Hershey, and this storm is moving really slow, so it will be there for a while. Oh, that was a bad voice crack. So get away from windows, along with that landspout tornado on the ground. A lot of people decided to not go chasing today, including, I saw Freddie's post that they weren't going for the 5% risk, and they were just going to stay in this 2% near Lincoln to not put them off track for tomorrow's target. Obviously, they don't want to go too far away, and I don't blame them because tomorrow will be the bigger day. I think now that that landspout is wrapping up, and I shouldn't say wrapping up because that makes it sound like the rotation is getting stronger, but now that that landspout is coming to its end of life. It appears we can go ahead and end off the live stream for now. If something crazy happens, I will try to come back. But once again, we also have that large hail near Ray, Colorado, so be sure to seek shelter away from windows. Thank you for tuning in, chat, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Sorry for such a short stream, but peace out, everyone.